Welcome to this video today, which is all about a trading indicator which I consider to be the best of the best in terms of basically indicating the end of a big trend and signifying a possible trend change, but at least a significant reaction to the major trend. And I'm not talking about 50 or 100 pips, I'm talking 200 or more. The indicator I'm going to be looking at today, we'll look at some charts in a moment, is average directional movement, the ADX. But what we're going to do with the ADX is we're only going to use it in one way, okay? You can use the ADX in several ways, okay? Just one way we're going to use it. Now, when you see the charts and examples I do, you might be thinking, well, he's cherry-picked those examples. What I'd encourage you to do after watching this video is go and get the ADX on your charts, look through as many as you possibly can, and you'll see more often than not it indicates a significant reaction to a prevailing trend. So it's right more times than it's wrong. Now, in terms of having said that, you do need, I think, on any setup to filter it, okay? Now, we filter it with the CFTC net traders positions. Now, if you don't know what they are, you can check the playlist on our site or click on the link beneath this video to see what they are. But the ADX obviously is signifying the end of big trends. Now, when you have big trends in motion, of course they eventually come to an end. And a great filter for this is obviously smart money, commercial selling or buying against the prevailing trend. So we use CFTC net traders to filter the moves. You can use anything you wish. You can use just price action. You can use an indicator, let's say like the stochastic, the MACD, whatever you like, really. It's a question of getting used to using it, okay? But the indicator, the ADX, on its own, will give you those advanced warnings. It's extremely accurate. Now, what I'm going to do is show you some charts, some to just illustrate, just the general workings of the ADX. And, we are only using it one set way, so it's very easy to understand. But I did get an email from someone the other day. I put the ADX, so it's actually the 7th of June today, it's Wednesday. Weekend, I was saying, there's some ADX turn downs on the euro. And he goes, we're perfectly on euro AUD. Caught the exact top and a few hundred pips. Well, actually, it's funny enough, it was the Euro AUD I wasn't looking at. I had my sort of main focus on Euro Yen, where it's done exactly the same. It's a few hundred pips, but it's not right at the top. So I'm going to show those two charts. And you can obviously look at the video we did at the weekend on the Euro as well. So let's take a look at the charts. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back and sum up with some more tips on using the ADX in your trading strategy. So here are the charts. They're all going to be very quick. Just give you an idea of how it works, which is very simple, and basically just how accurate it is. But obviously check it out for yourself as well. So here are the charts. Okay, we're on the US dollar Japanese yen daily chart, and basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at a few charts so you get a little bit of a feel for the ADX. But in terms of this indicator, it is very simple to use in the way that we're using it. We just use the single ADX line, okay, the one in red. We don't bother with the 2D lines, and we're only interested in one level in terms of the ADX, which is above 40, okay. Once it comes above 40, you want to be alert for a turn down. Get turned down here on this candle. What it basically is indicating is the prevailing trend is coming to an end. Now, you've got to have a look at the prevailing trend to see if it's up or down. This one is obviously up. We get a little bit of downside motion away from the highs, and that's your signal. Now, the more aggressive the trend is, or the stronger the trend, the more likely there's going to be a big reaction. Most of the good ADX signals are going to come on trends that are 2 weeks minimum, 4 weeks or more. Okay, now as soon as you get the turn down, you've got to filter it. Okay, in our view, you can use momentum indicators. We like the stochastic, but our favorite one is the COT indicator. If we've got smart money commercial selling and agreeing with the signal, going against non-commercial buying, we know that we've got a good potential to make a few hundred pips at least. Now, you've got to place a stop. Where do you want to place it? Well, in terms of the ADX, you're always best off back from the high. Okay, so you got this one here. It actually came back to test it, of course, but yeah, if you put your stop, you don't want to put it right on this candle here, do you? You're near a round number 119, just put it back behind the round number. Yeah, what we get then is a decent fall, and we bottom out really at 112. Yeah, in terms of this first move down, it's what is it? Sorry, it's 500 pips, isn't it, or is it more? It's near enough. Yeah, it's about 500 pips. So you get a good reaction. Normally, ADX signals will give you a good amount of pips. You find very often it could be 300, 500 or more. Of course, the yen never gets back up there. The USD never gets back up there. It goes down even further. But I'm just looking at the first turn down here. So very easy to use. But what you'll notice, of course, on this chart is there's only one signal in 6 months. Okay, you tend to find that signals vary between different pairs, but you don't normally get more than 3 or 4, so maybe 1 a week at best. So you've got to monitor a lot of pairs, if you're using the ADX. But if you do, you'll get some really good setups. Let's just have a look at a few more examples, and I'm also going to show you, how the ADX sometimes will actually catch the actual reversal right at the highs or lows. Right, let's move on to the next chart. Okay, we're on the chart of GBPJPY daily, and as you can see, we've got 3 setups here, and they're all good ones. Okay, now on the first setup, I'm taking the graph further back to the left. The Brexit sell-off was in place, and this was the flash crash low, the Brexit lows. We all know how far the pound fell, so the trend was obviously down. Get the 40 turn down, indicating that the trend is coming to an end. And it was a big move down in the British pound. The commercials on the COT report held a record net long position here, incidentally. I didn't mention on the previous chart, but when we were at the highs in the USD JPY, they had a massive short position as well. So it was, supported by smart money commercial buying, so we can come in. Where would we put the stop? Well, we'd ignore that because that's the flash crash aberration. These 2 candles here are significant. Okay, so really, you want your stop at about 125.70, and you're coming in at around 128, but you're going to get a big move. I mean, of course, you could have used a closer stop in hindsight, but we like to basically give it a little bit of room if we think there's going to be a big move. And there's a massive move. There she goes. Huge move from basically below 128 up to 146. So you've got a lot of pips there. Okay, what's that, 1600, 1600? Now look how effective the ADX is at calling the end of the trend. It's a nice trend up. Obviously that candle there looks like a reversal candle, but this is the candle that gives the confirm. Okay, and what do we get? Basically a nice move down to about 135. So we've gone from round about just under 145 to 135. So you've got 1,000 odd pips. Stop could be there. Okay, you could take that as a reversal candle. And this is a big candle down, so you could put the stop there. You probably guessed it, we didn't. We put it back behind 148 just to give it a bit of room because we think we're going to get a big move. Okay, now in terms of the next ADX 40, it's here, and you can see it's on that red candle there. Got double or triple top at 148. Okay, sorry if I could draw a straight line. There you go. So stop back behind this level, and then what happens? We break 146 down. This is a recent chart, so down to 141 at the moment, so 500 pips. So 3 really good setups on this chart. Let's go and have a look at the next chart, and we're just going to do 2 more, and then we're going to sum up a little bit on this. Okay, so next chart, let's have a look at it. On Euro AUD, I was saying, I was chatting about ADX turndowns in a variety of euro pairs, and the one I had my eye on was the Euro Yen. I completely missed this one, and someone we know pointed it out to me, and it's a really good one because look at it. There's the red candle, there's the turn down, and look at us move down. Now, obviously, it's come down from, let's say, about 150, 150 to about 148.50. So, you've got basically a 300 pip move. Now, personally, I think this will maybe run on a bit more. However, if you wanted to, you could take profit or take half your profit in. So it's a really great indicator. And in terms of, obviously the stop level, there's your 152 level tested. You'd probably put about 152.40 back from the round number. So from your entry on the ADX turn down to where it's got to now, that's a really good risk to reward. So let's just move on now to the final pair. The USD HUF, which not many traders probably look at, but what I wanted to do, as it's today it's the 7th of June, I wanted to find a setup with an ADX turn down that has just occurred, and you can see you get the ADX turn down here, and we start to move up a little bit. Now, you can just follow it, see if it does actually follow through to the upside. Now, I've drawn 272 as the key support. I've drawn it through this spike low here. There's a lot more support out to the left as well. So that's a key support level. Okay, so that's where your stop would need to be behind. And obviously this is the HUF. So you want to have a little bit of give it a little bit of room behind that round number, at least I think 271.30, and take into account the spread. Now, what you'll also notice about this chart is there is an ADX turn here as well. See it? So that one there. So if you come in, you'd still be in on this one, but you'd have a worse price, obviously, than if you've come in on this one. There are, obviously no CFTC net traders for the USD HUF. So, on this one, I'm just using a view of the technicals. And one thing that, is in general terms is, the US dollar index is a little bit oversold. This one here, I've drawn a line up here because there's a gap, okay, gap in price down. If you do get a good counter trend reaction on a big move, okay, you normally find that gaps are attempted to be filled. So if we do follow through, you've got 20-day moving average there as well. If that breaks, should come up to try and get in and fill the gap. So if it does fill the gap, that would be 290. But I think, we could possibly get up 288. I just wanted to show one that was in motion right now. And in terms of, like I said, when you're looking for ADX turn downs, you don't get them very often. I had to go through about 20 charts to find this one, which is, it's from yesterday. So it'll do as an example, and you can follow it as it progresses. Now I've said how accurate the ADX is, this will probably be the one that goes wrong. But I'd like to see how this one goes, so let's see what happens. Right, let's sum up, because I've got a few more points to make about the ADX. I'll come back after that review there of a few charts. Obviously go and put the indicator on your own charts and see how you get on with it, but I think you'll find it as useful as we do. With any indicator, you've obviously got to filter it, use good money management. You can do it whichever way you want. We like to use the COT with it. However, price action traders or people who like indicators can find the way that they want to confirm the ADX. Now, in terms of a 40 turn down, people often ask me, what about a 38 turn down? That works sometimes, a 26 does sometimes. They do. I suppose for me, I was just taught to do a 40 turn down. I've stuck with that for the last 20 odd years. So that's the way I like to use it. Other people use the ADX in different ways. Now, just on another point for members of ours, obviously we've got the ADX PDF in the site. I don't do it on the charts just simply because you don't get many setups. So I will be adding an ADX page as well, where I'll filter through all the charts and put up some decent setups each week. Now, in terms of the ADX, what else can I add about it? I think yeah, from the perspective of indicators, it is one of the best, and it comes obviously from Wells Wilder. He's given more good indicators, I think, than anyone else. I mean, obviously the RSI comes from him, parabolic SAR, average true range. Now, if you want to know more about the mathematics behind the ADX, just simply get his book, New Concepts in Technical Trading. Fantastic book. It's one of those one of those books that is probably one of the most influential for serious technical analysts. Now, in terms of the ADX, is there anything more I can say about it? I think, no, really. I think it just gives some great signals. Yeah, right or wrong gives you the risk reward on your side. That's all we need as Forex traders. So, that is the video for today. Thank you very much for watching me. Take care. Have a good day.